Good morning. Welcome to AM Sports here with me, Muftau Nabila Abdullahi. On March 30, 2026, Ghana's Black Stars will be in action against Germany as they prepare for the FIFA World Cup in the USA, Mexico, and Canada. The Ghana Football Association announced on Monday that the senior national... Let's hear from the Communications Director of the Ghana Football Association, Henry Asante-Chum. He's been speaking to Joy Sports, stating why the Ghana Football Association accepted the friendly match against Germany.
Goals in the qualifiers. We scored 5 against Chad, we scored 5 against Central African Republic. In Morocco, we scored 3 against Madagascar in Morocco. Yes, lost to Comoros, scored 1 against Madagascar in Kumasi. So it's a work in progress. I think we will be playing some friendly matches as well from now until the tournament, and the aim of those friendly matches will be to get us improved and make the team better. So in the lead up to a tournament of this nature, you need to try as much as possible to get high profile games. Germany is a top team in Europe with some amazing players in their setup. They are coached by a very young Nagelsmann who has done very well for himself since he burst onto the scene. In the last European Championship, they did exceedingly well, but got to the semi-finals and lost, which is why they couldn't host and win. We also believe that they will give us a very good, test and a very good opposition going into the tournament. They give us the European flavor. We've got 2 European teams in our group, and you cannot take it for granted. The quality of Germany, the opposition, and the test they are going to give us. So among the teams available and the discussions, engagements that we had prior to this announcement, we felt Germany will be right fit for match.
Asante-Chum there speaking to Joy Sports. Now let's come home and talk Ghana Premier League football. Accra House of Hope, they have been fined 10,000 Ghana cedis for failing to control their players during the Super Clash against Kumasi Asante Kotoko. Last month, the Ghana Football Association prosecutor made the announcement on Monday after the club pleaded guilty to the charges that were leveled against them. And this is what the statement says. Accra House of Folk have been handed a 10,000 Ghana cedi fine and a warning by the disciplinary committee for misconduct following their Ghana Premier League match against Asante Kotoko. This was a fixture that happened on November 9. The club was found guilty of inappropriate behavior by its supporters after the game, after objects were thrown onto the field of play. The fine is to be paid within 14 days on notification of the decision. So House of Folk, they've got now until the end of the year to make that payment. A failure to do so also comes with these consequences. One player who has also suffered a sanction from the Ghana Football Association is Mohammed Hussein. He was seen on camera physically assaulting referees. And this is what the GFA says. They say that House of Folk player Mohammed Hussein has been handed a 3-game ban and warned by the disciplinary committee for misconduct following a Ghana Premier League match against Asante Kotoko. The player was found guilty of unsporting behavior towards match officials of the said game. The suspension is with effective immediately. That is what the Ghana Football Association is saying. So House of Folk having to pay 10,000 Ghana cedis, and their midfielder Mohammed Hussein will be sitting out of the next 3 matches of the Phobians as they continue to chase wins in the Ghana Premier League and hopefully put themselves in a position to win the Ghana Premier League. House of Folk already have been eliminated from the FA Cup. Over the weekend, they won 1-0 against Nations FC. In the subsequent matches, the next 3 matches, Mohammed Hussein will not be available for selection in those games. Let's talk paddle sport right now. This is an event that is quite new in Ghana. However, it is generating interest among the foreign community that is based in Ghana. Well, my colleague Abdul Karim Benin was at the final of the 2025 Accra Open Championship and filed this report.
The Egyptians beat the team comprising Spain's Alfonso Velasco and Najib Faki of Lebanon, who is based in Côte d'Ivoire, in straight sets in the final. Zaghloul and Makhlouf had pledged on the opening day of the 7-day event to win the title and delivered, taking home $6,000 and winners' plaques. Makhlouf said the duo were impressed by the atmosphere throughout the tournament.
Amazing, the crowd is really amazing. When the vibe is like that, it helps us to perform better. And everything about the tournament was amazing. The organization, the courts, everything. Every such thing helps us to perform better.
So how does it feel like winning it?
I feel very happy, of course, winning this tournament. It was our target to come here and win.
As runners-up, Velasco and Faki received $3,000 and plaques after a strong showing. Kingsley Alomenu and Benjamin Tupeyi claimed the men's P50 category title, earning a cash prize and plaques. In the women's category, Anna Ghc and Yasmin Odemat emerged champions, with Ghc expressing optimism about returning for a bigger challenge next year.
This time it was magical and we had a great time, and we thank everyone that made it possible. So we hope to have more tournaments like this next year. It was a vibing 2 months, like we stayed here the whole day, so it was great.
President of the Professional Paddle Association of Ghana, Noel Said, promised a more expanded and competitive event next year.
They were amazing. We hope that we made it fun for them, comfortable for them, well organized for them, so that next year they can come back. Next year it's going to be a bit different because we have the Professional Paddle Association who's opening up with many clubs that are opening in Ghana. So now the Professional Paddle Association will have a tournament, a season that will go from club to club throughout the year, which is the first time that will happen, and we are very excited about it. We're looking forward to it, and hopefully that everything will run smoothly and well, and we hope that the competitors, the players, will enjoy it.
Players who featured in the Ghana Paddle League across various categories were also presented with medals and prizes. Organizers confirmed that from November 2026, the Paddle Accra Open will be an International Paddle Federation Bronze Tour event, offering ranking points and international exposure for emerging players.
My colleague Abdul Karim Ben in there with that report. The National Sports Authority, they have a new board. It was sworn into office by the Minister of Sports and Recreation, Kofi Adams, on Monday. It will be chaired by a lecturer of the University for Professional Studies, Dr. Fred Awa. Other members of the committee include the likes of President of the Ghana Olympic Committee, Richard Akpokavi, as well as President of Ghana Athletics, who is also the current director at the Winneba Sports College. We hear from the Sports Minister.
Director General National Sports Authority, the Chairman and distinguished members of the Governing Board, heads of agencies and directorates, friends from the media, ladies and gentlemen. Let me begin by sincerely thanking each one of you for accepting to serve on the Governing Board of the National Sports Authority. Your presence here today is not just ceremonial, but it signals your readiness to help reposition sports administration in Ghana. I congratulate you and welcome you on behalf of the Ministry of Sports and Recreation. This board is being inaugurated at a time when expectations around sports are shifting rapidly. The conversations are no longer just about medals and competitions. They are about economic value, social cohesion, job creation, athlete welfare, infrastructure sustainability, and digitized governance. Ghana sports stands at a crossroads. We have talent, we have history, we have passion, yet we also have gaps, inefficiencies, outdated structures, and a system that has not always delivered value commensurate with our potential. That reality is what brings us here today. Ladies and gentlemen, as a minister, we have made steady progress over the past months in restoring confidence and direction within the sports ecosystem, and the National Sports Authority has been a critical anchor. Since assuming office, we have taken deliberate steps to stabilize and refocus on the NSA, and there have been commendable improvements in coordination, facility usage, stakeholder engagement, and decentralization efforts under the NSA's leadership. But we cannot stop here. We are now entering a phase that requires bold structural reforms, sharper policy alignment, and an intentional shift towards performance-based governance. I repeat, performance-based governance. This is why your appointment comes at such a pivotal time. The expectations are high, and rightly so. Ghanaian sports can and must do better. We must review and future-proof the 2016 Sports Act to reflect emerging industry realities and ensure that the upcoming national sports policy embeds a full 360-degree view of our ecosystem. Commercialization, athlete protection, digital system, data, gender equity, disability inclusion, infrastructure, and private investments are no longer optional considerations. They are central to how modern sports systems function. Ladies and gentlemen, I expect this board to work with agency and with integrity. Of course, with a clear sense of what? Purpose backing this. I expect difficult conversation to be had and practical solutions to be pursued. I expect the authority to emerge from your tenure strong.